What's up guys, it's your boy Glass Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing a video called Trickstar versus the meta. So today I'm going to be showing 3 meta matches. Originally I was planning to be 4, but the opponent misplayed, so I had to cut that from the video. Anyways, I replaced it with another duel, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get straight into this video. I'm not going to talk too much about the duel. You can watch it in depth. You can slow down the video if you like. You can do that by going to the bottom right corner and clicking the settings tab, so if you'd like to do that, you're free and welcome to. Anyways, we're going to go and put this on fast forward. If not, this would take a million years to record. So basically what this deck does this format is it kind of has a lot of different win conditions, one being Barrier Statue Honest, which we get for free just by having level 4 Light Fairy on field. And, you know, it can burn the crap out of your opponent. If you open a combination of Chain Summoning, Dark Room, and Kiandina, it's an FTK. It doesn't matter what instance you're in. This deck does snag a lot of wins, surprisingly. I know that sounds like bullcrap and all, but I have some replays to prove it. Anyways, there are some drawbacks, which I'm going to try to explain in this video. One being that Ash and Droll knocks a thing. Cards like Effect Veiler and Imperm don't really hurt the deck because we have Licorices and Candinas for that. But overall, it's a pretty good deck this format. It's actually thriving because of how slow it is. Droll Reincarnation is absolutely insane this format also, if you didn't know that already. I've Droll Reincarnation maybe 6 different people this past day. It's crazy. We did open double Droll in this instance, so yeah, either way it would have been game. But yeah, you can just kind of see that one of the top decks right here, maybe even one of the best decks of the format, just got completely bodied by a Trickstar deck. So that kind of proves something, that it's the player, not the deck. Now we're going to go into the next replay. I'm going to speed it up like I did before. Another cool thing about this is we're going to be getting Trickstar Fairs hopefully soon in the TCG. It's a spawner, and it basically just summons 2 to the zone of Holly Angel. I don't think it actually requires a Trickstar link, but basically what it'll do is just summon 2 tokens, which can be used for the FTK more consistently. I'm going to banish 6 off Extrav, and we're going to go in and draw 2. We did get a Candina, so you know, this hand was already okay, but now it's even better. So what's going to happen from here is we go and add the Reincarnation. The reason why is Droll Reincarnation is a thing. I made that clear multiple times. If you're playing against Trickstar, you better set all those cards before they Droll Reincarnation you. You also can set it up in the DP/SP just by having 2 Reincarnations, so that's definitely a thing. Now what's going to happen from here is we're going to go and, you know, put out that Licorice. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it's in one of those matchups where it's you're kind of blinding when you're playing against. If you're going on Dueling Book, I'd suggest leaving Candina on field and having Licorice in hand. The reason why is because stuff like Afterburners and Jamming Waves and Widow Anchors and Shark Cannons are things that can target your Candina. Not Shark Cannon, but you get the idea. Stuff that will inflict with your combo. Now what's going to happen from here is he's going to go ahead and use Pot of Prosperity. He's going to pay the cost, banishing 3. We're going to let it resolve. We don't main deck Ashes. I think Ash is pretty meh this format, I'm going to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Ash Blossom at all. I haven't been running it for a while now. The reason why is because 90% of the time it's a brick. I know that sounds like bullcrap. Drawing multiple Ashes hurt like crazy. Plus, Droll Lockbird does the deed way much better. Droll Reincarnation's already a thing. We have Phantasme for me to dig deeper. I can get Nibiru's, whatever I need. So yeah, I don't really think Ash Blossoms are needed in this deck anymore. What's going to happen is he's going to add the Fafnir, he's going to put those back, and we're going to go ahead and Droll Reincarnation him. Note, if you have Ash Blossom, you can stop this because Reincarnation needs to have the opponent's approval before it can actually chain the Droll Lockbird. So if you're ever playing against Trickstar, don't expect it to be like, oh yeah, I can't stop Droll Reincarnation. You definitely can. Now what's going to happen from here is we're going to go and start this off. We're going second. This hand's pretty meh. I think I impermed the wrong thing. I didn't know imperm doesn't follow to the grave. So yeah, what's basically going to happen here is he's going to basically just body us. I don't allow him full combo because, you know, that would take a million years. We just go game 2 eventually. But basically what happens is he gets Nova off Fafnir. He summons out the Alpha somehow, or with Nova, and then you go ahead and imperm it. This is the mistake. I thought it followed it to grave. which kind of kept, I mean, the Imperm really wouldn't do much with the hand we had already, but, you know, overall it's my mistake at the end of the day. So he gets the Ben 10 and the Eva, I'm pretty sure, and we just go ahead and scoop up for game 3. This deck does go game 3 a lot. Sometimes it'll go too low because draw reincarnation, but a lot of times people will mistakenly or weirdly enough put you going first, which your deck wants to do. So we'll go ahead and go first again, and we'll go ahead and open the Imperm, Extravs, Cyclone, and Reborn. This hand kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about playing Prosperity in this deck just for more consistency reasons, but the problem with Prosperity, it kind of kills your FTK. It kind of takes out the burn aspect of the deck, plus pushing for damage is so much harder with the card. So I don't know if we are. We may incorporate it into later builds of the deck, but for now we're running Extrav. Now what's going to happen is we're going to go and draw 2 off the Extrav. We did get Barrier Statue, so this hand's actually stacked now, because we've got Brethren. Even if we didn't see Barrier Statue, we still have Honest in hand, plus a target for Brethren, so yeah, we're going to go get the Narcissus and the Candina. You want to play Narcissus. If you want to run the Barrier Statue and everything, you're going to be running Narcissus because it's another level 4 target. If you don't have 2 level 4 targets in deck, it doesn't work. So you want to make sure this card's always live. And basically what's going to happen from here is we're going to kind of make it awkward for him to play. His Drytrons are luckily light, so he gets to do something there, but it's not really much at the end of the day. We're just kind of, you know, slowing him down. He is forced to out that copy of Barrier Statue. Not sure why he didn't attack into it. There might be a restriction or something. Anyways, we're going to go attack it out with Licorice we just top decked. And we're going to add the Candina back, getting us our follow-up. We're going to force out that back row. It was Drip, so he's going to send that Alpha for Drip. And yeah, Barrier Statue is negated for the rest of the turn, but it still has 500 attack, so it's absolutely fine. When we summon the Candina, we're going to use the effect, and it's going to get negated by sending Natasha to the grave. We are going to have to push for damage. We could have, in theory, gone for Narcissus and all that, but it really wasn't worth it at the end of the day, because Narcissus on its own doesn't do too much. He does take the 400 because Narcissus does anything that activates in hand or graveyard, and we're going to go in and poke for 500 right here. Now what's going to happen from here is basically we're going to pass it back to him. There's not really much we can do in this scenario. We're kind of just waiting until we either get to the live stage. I mean, we're basically set. We're just waiting for him to, like, you know, kill another one of his monsters, but he goes Alpha, pitching the Ben 10. We're going to go ahead and chain the copy of Narcissus. Trickstars do not activate, so if your opponent uses Mystic Mind, they don't activate. That's just one pro tip right there. They do damage no matter what, unless they're negated somehow. Now what's going to happen is I think he's going to fetch an Ida 10 and an Eva. So yeah, he gets the Ida 10 off the Alpha and Eva off Ben 10. He's going to take another 200. We don't have Light Stage, unfortunately. We would have got it because of the other card, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Now he's going to go and make the Mu Beta Fafnir, and on summon he's going to use the effect to try to dump, which we're going to infinite impermanence. This card needs to be impermed. If it doesn't get impermed, then that's a problem. He's going to go and crash into our copy of Barrier Statue, and we Honest. This is one mistake I find him doing. Not sure why he didn't go effect Eva, banishing his Ultimateness and Herald to fetch Diviner and whatever. That definitely could have saved his ass, but it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day because we still have Barrier Statue and Reborn and all that good stuff. Now what's going to happen from here is we do top deck the Korriban. If I really wanted to push for more damage, I could have just went that. But I did end up saving it in hand because there are wild cards that'll be thrown at you, such as stuff they'll summon themselves to the field, which are kind of indestructible unless you have Korriban, so. Anyways, we did take that game, match 2, pretty easily. Not much of a struggle against the top meta deck. There's a Sky Striker matchup right here. I ended up having 2, or more than 2 actually. I was going to originally put 2 Sky Striker matches in this video, but one ended up having a minor misplay by the opponent, which is absolutely fixable, but I know people are going to be bitching about it in the comments. So anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. We're going to go match 3. We end up, I think, going second this time. This kind of just proves, you know, Trickstar can play going second. We opened up the Candina, the Chain Summoning, the Drollock, and the Korriban. So this hand's pretty stacked already. Drone Lock's actually just really good in general. We're gonna normal the Candina, it gets Veilered. If I were to open the Licorice at this point, I can chain it as Chain Link 3 to dodge the Veiler or Imperm, but it didn't really matter at this point because we're still just gonna be setting up Brethren plus Barrier Statue and all that. So what's gonna happen from here is he's gonna Ash it. Not too bad, I mean, that didn't really do much. We're gonna Poke for 18. There was ways to set up a Chain Link 3, to be honest. There were multiple different ways to set up Chain Link 3 in this scenario, but I just didn't want to do it because it's too risky, and Corbane definitely comes up if you watch the rest of this replay. Now what's going to happen from here is I'm going to set the Chain Summoning for a bluff, so I can maybe get him to set his cards in hand for the Droll Reincarnation. What's going to happen from here is he's going to activate Foolish Burial Goods. You're not careful, then you can definitely lose a game because of this card. Reason why is because it can get you into Engage pretty consistently. Yes, it is one of, but it loads your grave and puts multiple spells, so it's definitely a really good card still if you don't want to play Desires. Now what's going to happen is he's going to draw. We did what the heck? I don't even know what happened right there. Anyways, he activates the Afterburners. He does set the Cyclone. I guess that's for the bluff right here, but he's going to go ahead and attempt to pop 2 or pop 1 because he only has 1 spell in grave. It's absolutely fine. He's not really doing much in this instance. Now from here, if we could have went a little bit more carefully and, played this smarter, but we still end up winning this game 1. We're going to go and activate that Light Stage. Go ahead and activate that Reborn. And he's going to Solemn Judgment it. This cost him the game. Be careful what you Judgment. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and summon that Corbane from hand and Poke for 2,000. Chains Widow Anchor, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he doesn't even have the Widow Anchor, does he? Oh, he didn't have 3 spells. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, you can go and use Widow Anchor. He should have did this last turn to prevent the battle damage or whatever. But it's fine, really, because it's just going to be back and forth from here until he gets Ray. So yeah, this deck definitely has a really, really good game against Sky Striker. This instance, you don't really see it because, well, he opened like 6 interruptions, or no, like 3 interruptions, so yeah, it's going to be pretty tough, but this deck actually does have a really, really good matchup against Sky Striker. Now what's going to happen is we do top deck the live stage. So he does Scoop as soon as he sees this card. It basically just adds us the Candina from grave or any other Trickstar. I'm not necessarily sure if he can return once from the extra deck or to the extra deck, but that definitely works too. Anyways, we're going to try and go ahead and add that Candina. I was planning on normal summoning it and then fetching out maybe a Nightshade or a Laurel, making the Link 2, summoning 3 tokens and just beating over that Ghost Spell. But we kind of knew at this point it wasn't going to be Ray, so it was kind of a scoop right there. Now this game too is a bit grindy, you'll see by this replay. But basically what's going to happen here is we opened a stacked hand. I'm serious, this deck's pretty consistent without multiple light stages. I do play 2 copies of Live Stage, which adds a little bit more aggression for going second and all, but it's very good. We're going to go and activate the Foolish Burial Goods. He's going to dump the Metal Foes Fusion, which we draw because, Engage is a thing. You don't want him to get Engage. If he does, then it's going to hurt. He did end up getting Shared Ride, which helps a lot in this instance, but it's nothing too much we can't handle. And now we're going to go ahead and force out the middle column. I think usually the middle or the far left near the draw phase is usually going to be the most potent cards because that's normally where people place them. But we're going to go M1 and banish 6. This will allow us to draw 2 cards. Surprisingly enough, I haven't had this Ashed or Drolled. Apparently people don't play those cards anymore. I think Droll is basically a necessity in every deck. Unless, your deck can't afford to play it. But yeah, he's going to chain that Shared Ride. This will basically just help him draw into whatever he needs. This hand, really, if we were to play more careful, we could have won this. But, I am pretty stupid at the end of the day. I should have locked the back row. I think I actually tried to. Nope, we didn't lock the back row. That's what screws us over at the end of the day. But we go ahead and just summon out the Barrier Statue. And the honest, if you're wondering why I didn't add off Candina, it's because I don't want him to draw another card. If he draws another card, it could be Engage, it could be Nibiru. Those cards definitely hurt. Nibiru wouldn't hurt that bad in this instance because we are locked from special summoning after summoning these 2, but whatever. Now what's going to happen from here is we're going to take a peek at his hand just to show you what he had. We're going to bounce that Honest, and we're going to have to pass turn. He's going to Mystical Space Typhoon our copy of Reincarnation. And, you know, I mean, that's not that bad at the end of the day because we're getting a free Trickstar summon. Now what's going to happen from here is we're going to summon the Licorice on draw phase. I wanted to protect myself from Widow Anchor and Afterburners and all that, but apparently he didn't add them, so it didn't even make any sense anyways. So what's going to happen from here is he's going to normal the Ray, he's going to attempt to out it, and we chain Honest. Yep, Honest is a thing, don't forget about it. Then what's going to happen is he's going to go M2 setting passing. If we were more careful, we could have went for game, technically. I should have placed this in the middle column, that would have been more effective, but yeah. We're going to go and activate Live Stage, trying to target that middle column, which didn't even make any sense! I don't know why I did that. Anyways, we're going to normal Candinas. I think he actually is going to do nothing. No, he ashes, okay. So we're basically fine at this point. I think going for the Link 2 would have been way more safe, but overall he's fine. Goes and Shark Cannons are a copy of Honest. Now that's one problem. You gotta be careful for Shark Cannon, that definitely hurts the deck. And he gets Metal Foes Fusion and Grave, so he's basically just gonna take this game by outing the Barrier Statue, which normally in this scenario shouldn't have happened, but as you can see I made some pretty clunky misplays. And overall he just ends up winning this by taking some of our Trickstar monsters. So he gets more advantage, he turns that Zeke into a Kagari, I'm pretty sure. Not sure why he didn't make Shizuku. I don't even think I drolled him in this instance, so yeah, that was pretty stupid. But we go and try to force out the back row with Cosmic, he chains it, and we go and scoop. There's no way we're winning this. I'm not even sure why he didn't have Engage in the first place, that was kind of stupid of him, but we're going to go ahead and activate Terraforming. This will fetch us the Trickstar Light Stage. Trickstar Light Stage will get us to Candina, and you kind of already know where this is going since you've been watching the rest of the video. No, what's going to happen is we're going to fetch that Reincarnation. I'm trying to fool them into thinking we have Droll Reincarnation. The second Reincarnation does win us a game, so that's very good if you have it. We're going to go to activate the Area 0, we're going to chain Cosmic, because I don't want him to get any ads. Ads hurt. He's going to take 400 off these. I think, yeah, 2 Reincarnations, and 1 was a Cosmic. So he's going to go to activate that Full Spirit Goods. We will not chain the Lyco, because Widow Anchor and Afterburners are a thing. Don't forget it. He's going to chain the Cosmic. I think he's going to try to hit one of our back rows in this scenario. Okay, he tries hitting the Light Stage. We chain Reincarnation, Chain Link 3. Or Chain Link 2. Chain Link 3 will be Cosmic Cyclone. We'll go ahead and chain, trying to see, Licorice as Chain Link 4, and then he'll go ahead and target that, and we'll chain this as Chain Link 5. He should have targeted it technically, I would have forced it out either way, so if that was like, you know, not how it was supposed to work, it would have worked either way. And he basically ends up banishing the Sky Strikers he needed to see, so yeah. This is basically how we just take the next game. He takes damage for those. And this is kind of slow right now. I know you can tell it's a little bit slow and all. But that's because we're playing against a grindy deck that isn't exciting at all. I ended up bringing Sky Striker because it was the only thing I had at the moment. And got Imperial ordered 3 times at local. So you can kind of see why this deck struggles and does good at the same time. Now we're going to go and start this off. We draw Narcissus. We didn't even have to see Narcissus. In this scenario, we could have just won by, you know, making the Link 2 Reincarnation. And even if this was a Shark Cannon, we have multiple different ways to set this up. I go ahead and make the Link 2. It's a good game from here. Ash isn't going to do shit at this point. He's going to make the Holly Angel. We're going to go ahead and activate the copy of Trickstar Live Stage, fetching us Candina. This is why I recommend running this at 2 copies, because it's super aggressive. I know a lot of people don't agree on this card, but it's very good in the grind game. I promise you, this card is really good. We're going to target the Candina, he's going to try to Shark Cannon, and I'm going to go Chain Link 3. Reincarnation. This will basically just dodge the Shark Cannon. He's not going to get my monster. He's going to take 200 off that Holly Angel, which is pretty funny in my opinion. We'll go ahead and use Narcissus and summon it out. We're not going to summon just the zone of Holly Angel because I have a Trickstar Link, and I want to be able to make Bloom. So we go ahead and turn this into a Trickstar token. He'll take another 200. And this would basically just enable us for game. We'll make Bloom, and I think that's exactly game right there. that's exactly game, I'm pretty sure. If not, it's like 100 off. But anyways, I hope you people enjoyed this video. It was really fun. There is actually, wait, there's one more duel I almost forgot to show you guys. This one was already featured off, and then if you want to go and see this in fast motion, then you can. There's one more duel, I almost forgot that. Anyways, we're gonna go and start this off. We drew extra. We ended up didn't hit anything. I mean, all you have to see is a level 4 plus Brethren, but it's fine. We go and set the Dark Room and the Reincarnation, and to make this faster, I'm gonna go and speed this up. He Cyanite Mining's hitting his Phantasma, and we draw Reincarnation. Game 1, already won. Don't forget, draw Reincarnation is a thing. I've said it multiple times, it's true, you don't want to lose to this deck. By these scenarios, I mean by all these replays, you can just tell I'm kicking meta's ass. It doesn't matter what deck I'm playing against. I know what I'm playing against at this point. I have every scenario analyzed. You just gotta study your matchups. You study your matchups and you're playing a mid-range deck like this, you can do really well, surprisingly. I know that might seem like bull crap because you look at the meta at the moment, you see Drytron, Sky Striker and all that, but you just gotta study your matchups and do your homework and you'll be good at the end of the day. Now, basically what happens, we go ahead and some of the Licorice, and some of the other Licorice. We don't even need Droll Reincarnation in this scenario, we just basically out-resource them. That's another good thing about the deck. The deck just can recycle itself so many times, plus taking out stuff like Zell, which is a 1-of, is so easy in this deck. So you can kind of see why this deck is thriving in this format and all. Overall, this is really fun, you know. It's been a while since I've had this much fun with the deck in the game. Normally it's, you know, kind of boring for me. I'm normally doing combo shenanigans on YouTube and all. But overall, this deck was just super nostalgic. I've been playing this since day one, by the way. I've been playing it since Code of the Duelist and Star Pack 2018, so yeah. Or 2017, I'm not even sure what one it was. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. There is a deck profile coming up, so if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. We're going to try to hit 150 by the end of the week. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.